Right peeps, just to orientate you, we're in the front of the van underneath the driver's seat. The Transit comes standard with 2 batteries, one at the front that runs all the electrics in the van, central locking, radio memory, alarm, central locking, etc, etc. The back battery that only does starting. They're isolated when the engine's off. When you start the engine they connect together, or when you turn the key to the ignition point they both connect together to start the van. Right, so the B2B in the back is here, and it's going to be connected to the starter battery. I'm connected to the starter battery so that when I'm on shore power, the battery maintainer charger, there's a Merlin system battery maintainer and charger underneath the passenger seat that's got 3 circuits. It checks all circuits and makes sure they're all up to power, and it individually balances the power between them to keep each individual circuit's batteries in top condition. When that's switched on, it charges the starter battery, the Phoenix battery which is under the floor over there, and the 3rd battery that was in that cupboard down there that ran the tail lift. So when I'm on shore power and the Merlin system is charging this starter battery, it will also be charging the house batteries via the B2B. The B2B doesn't care where the power comes from. All it will see is that this battery is over 13.2 volts, and it will then switch on and take power from this battery and send it to the back of the van. Whether that's 13.2 volts is achieved by the alternator running, or whether it's achieved by the Merlin system onboard battery charger running, it doesn't matter. As far as the BtoB sees, it just sees power, takes that power and charges the house batteries with it. So now I can charge the house batteries by solar, battery and shore power without having to add a single thing to the van. I know it seems awfully complicated. In truth, it is awfully complicated, but it's a means to an end. I can now charge my batteries in the back without needing a separate mains charger, and because the BtoB has got selectable battery charging profiles in it, I don't have to get a special charger. I can just have that charger pumping out its 14 volts into the B2B, which will convert it into the correct charging parameters and charging algorithm for whatever battery I've selected, whether it's sealed lead acid, AGM, gel or lithium iron phosphate. So once that energy system in the back is selected to lithium iron phosphate, it takes care of charging the lithium iron phosphate in the back, and the power you're putting in doesn't matter if it's from the alternator or the onboard battery charger. I hope that sort of makes sense. As I've said before, the whole reason I started making these videos was so I could look back and work out what the bloody hell I'd done. Well, now you see why I need to write all this down, because even I have trouble keeping track of the electrical system in this van. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, we're back. As you can hear by the vibrating, the engine's running. The Phoenix system's on because the VSR is switched on, as it should be. The BtoB is hooked up. I haven't flipped the switch yet. When I flip this switch, that light should come on, or something will flash really badly and will go up in smoke. Alternatively, nothing might happen. Oh, everything fuck for that. Right, that's on with a solid red light. What does on with a solid red light mean? Let's check the book. I think it just means it's charging. I don't think there's any special flashy code, but we will soon see. And the book says alternator charging indicator, red light on. Alternator is charging the service battery. If it's flashing, then the solar is charging the starting battery, and the power's going the other way. Alright, so according to our meter up here, we can get these lights back on. If they'll come back on, come on. That's it. I really hate that throbbing. 13.8 volts. and there's 0.3 of an amp coming into the battery. We're only on idle, to be fair. Is that fair? I don't know. I haven't got my amp clamp yet. I've ordered a DC amp clamp. I've got an AC amp clamp somewhere, but according to that we've got 0.3 of an amp coming in. So I'm going to turn this off for a second, see if I can find my amp clamp, and then we'll check to see what's coming in from the starter battery, which to be fair was pretty flat, so it's probably sucking most of the alternator power. There's probably not a lot of alternator power left. It's charging up the Phoenix batteries, it's charging up the 2 transit batteries, the base vehicle batteries. I would have hoped there was more than 0.3 of an amp left to come in here. Right, let's have a look. Right peeps, it's just me being a dumbass. The reason there's no ampage coming in is because the battery's full. If you go over and check the voltage, it's at 13.9 volts, which basically means it's full up. So you're only going to get 3/4 of an amp coming in because the battery doesn't need any more. If the battery was flat, then we get more amps coming in. So I'm just going to hook up some loads. So we've still got, that's quite a bit of what we've got. We've got quite a load going on there. We've got about 4 or 5 amps on at the moment. Let me go and turn some more loads on in the van, and that should stay steady at about a quarter of an amp. It should stay steady, and it is coming in because you can see the arrows pointing up. Back to you in a sec. Right, this is going to be noisy because I've got everything on. I've got all the lights on in the van. I've got both extractor fan and the injector fan going, and I've got the other fan going, and it's still pulling in 3 amp, a third of an amp, and it's sitting steady at 13.9 volts. So I'm not drawing anything out of it at all. That's supplying everything the battery needs. That's cool. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to leave it overnight. I'll turn this off. As nice as that is, let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Yeah, so it's a steady third of an amp coming in, literally because the battery's full up. It's been on charge from the solar all day. So the next thing to do is to get a flat battery, put it in here and get some charge into it. But at least this is working. This doesn't work because it only works on AC. It doesn't work on, oh no, it does work on DC. Look, that's showing 0.3 of an amp coming in. 0.3 of an amp. 0.3 of an amp. That's what it's drawing off up into the fuse box. I didn't think this would work. This does say AC only. No, it does work on DC. It's a bit of a pain. I've just ordered a DC clamp meter, and I find out me found in the scrap fluke meter does work on DC as well. Oh well, you live and learn. Then you collect those multiple tools that you don't really need. Ho hum. Anyway, I'm going to leave the van running for a bit. Going to get the back cooled down by using the fans, and I'm going to get the chassis battery charged up with the starter battery because they were sitting a bit low. They were both at 12.4. To be perfectly honest, this fan's been sitting for a year since I bought it. I think they're knackered. I'm probably going to buy 2 new batteries, and I'll shuffle them off to the great battery recycling in the sky, or I'll stick them in the Phoenix cabinet and use them for that. Anyway, I'll see you later peeps. That's working, solar's working, BtoB's working, it's all working. Sweet.